coming to you today to share with you my reading goals for 2022. I began to talk about them a little bit when I shared my new reading journal for this year, and I wanted to tell you about my goals for this year. I did tell you a little bit. I told you about my collecting of the Caldecott and Newbery winning medal books. I do plan on still collecting both Caldecott medal winning books and Newbery medal winning books, but I also plan on reading them as well. So whatever books I come across, I plan to read, and my goal is to try to read at least one Newbery winning book a month, and Caldecott books are generally picture books, so my goal is to read them as I come across them. My Goodreads goal is set to 365 books. I know that's a huge number, but I read a lot of picture books and children's poetry books, as well as middle grade and some YA and adult novels. So I tend to read a lot of different formats or different geared towards different audiences. So that will be, I hope, an attainable goal. It just depends on how things go. I have set that goal for the last couple of years, but haven't quite reached it. So I'm planning on that. So that's basically comes down to a book a day, which may or may not be a middle grade book that I could read in a day, but definitely I can read a picture book a day. Another one of my reading goals is to read the monthly books from a community that I'm a part of. It's called the Get Lit or Get Literate community, and it's sponsored by, brought to you by Stephanie Affinito. I'm not sure how to say her last name, and I don't have it written down right here, but she has a community where you, it's somewhat like a Patreon, but a little bit different, and it's a wonderful community for readers and writers. So each month she picks a theme or a word and goes from there as far as creating a book list, she creates like a bibliotherapy type of list of books that feature that particular word or theme. And then she supplies some writing prompts about that theme also. And we have a monthly book club pick where we have a book club and we meet once a month and talk about that book. My goal is also to read the monthly book picks from Krista from Books and Jams, her Patreon channel. I want to make sure that I'm reading those books each month and participating in the book club. Another goal that I set is to read at least one nonfiction book a month. More than that if I am in the mood for it, but to make sure I'm reading at least one nonfiction book a month. And lastly, my goal is to have fun and read. And I'm not usually one that creates a huge TBR. I do occasionally create one, but then I often end up reading what I am interested in as far as whatever the mood strikes. And I hear about a book recommendation, oh, I want to read that book, and I can find it. As I mentioned in another video, the majority of my reading is done on audiobooks because of my low vision, and reading print books is very tedious for me and tiresome, and it just becomes very difficult with print size and length and my ability to sustain that reading time because of the low vision. And I will create another video where I talk about where some of my sources for my audiobooks. I'm sure you already know about some, but I have quite a few sources, and in particular a couple libraries that I am a member of, and I will tell you more about those in a future video. But for now, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that you will subscribe to my channel and like this video, and please share if you are so inclined. I'm looking to build an audience of lovers of children's books, picture books, middle grade books, and that would be wonderful to have our own community. And I will be sharing lots of those books with you throughout the upcoming months. And of course, some of my previous videos that I've made, I talk about picture books mostly, and some children's poetry books as well. So I hope you have a great day, happy reading, and I'm wondering what book is on your heart today.